right. And we are recording. I'm sorry?
Let me get this started with screen share. All right, just a little background on myself. My name is Kurt Estovez. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I'm a graduate myself. I graduated from our flight program, so I have some extensive knowledge in aviation as well too. I work with the students out of Northern California, so if you do apply to Embry-Riddle, I would be the one working with you. For today's presentation, just to kind of show you what's the areas we'll be going. We'll talk a little bit about some fast facts about the university, academics, as well as we'll talk about some outcomes, and then the campuses, since we do have two campuses in Florida. We have one location in Florida and one here in Arizona. And then the next steps kind of related to our application process. So that being said, I'm going to start here with a little video about our programs here. So let's see if I can get this going.
Blazing trails in technology, aviation, business, and cybersecurity. A future defined by innovation, finding solutions for industry partners as the world's premier aerospace institution. Our continuing success speaks for itself. We've earned top distinctions across our campuses and worldwide. We are training the workforce of tomorrow, adding value to the industries we serve, and expanding our growing global reach. We promote problem-based discovery in career-focused programs. We are the leading edge, a global education leader opening up opportunities for students. Our history and heritage spans nearly 100 years, founded with a vision of endless possibilities to launch new generations of pioneers and dreamers, putting the future firmly into focus for us and for you. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. What will you explore with us?
So I like that video just because it gives a great kind of overview of all the different programs and everything we have to offer. But one thing I will point out that's very pertinent with our programs is the hands-on aspect. Everything you see in that video is just not for media and marketing purposes. We're a very hands-on school. You'll be working in labs from as early as your freshman year and all the way through your senior year. So a lot of those things you see going on in that video won't be something you have to wait till all the way right before graduation. It'll be available to you from freshman year on. So let's see here. Hold on. Sorry, got to get this. There we go. Awesome. There we go. All right, just some fast facts about our university. We are the top ranked aerospace engineering program in the country, and we've been ranked that now for over 20 years. We are very proud of that ranking, and that's something that's given to us by our peers. Our aerospace engineering program is a big draw to the university, but not the only type of engineering. We do offer mechanical, electrical, computer, software engineering programs, as well as some other programs in astronomy and space physics related to those types of fields. We also have the first and only College of Security Intelligence was founded here in 2014 at our Arizona campus. Post 9/11, we had started a security and intelligence program for the kind of growth and need in that field, whether it be domestically or internationally. And we grew into more programs. So we have our Global Securities and Intelligence Studies program, as well as our cybersecurities programs, as well as our masters in those. So that's grown into that college as well. And it has kind of implications if you're interested in doing criminal justice, but more so kind of maybe in the FBI, CIA, NSA, and military intel type levels. So it does open stuff in the local realm, but as well as in the government aspect of it as well too. We also have the first and only aerospace physiology program in the country. This is due to the kind of growth in the private sector of space travel. we need to kind of understand the effects on space on the human body and the physiological effects. So this is a pre-med track program offered at our Daytona Beach campus that opens up opportunities for you to kind of look at the effects on the human body when traveling to and from space. Some other quick kind of fast facts about the university. We are ABET accredited, which is one of the top accreditation for engineering programs. We have a high ROI, or which stands for return on investment for our students. We're one of the $1 million return on investment schools. There's only 64 schools that hold that ranking. So what that means to you as a grad is after you've graduated, you'll make over $1 million on your investment on attending school here as well too. We also have a strong alumni network that we utilize. It's not always what you know, but who you know. And we have over 137,000 alum that we utilize to help our students, whether it be for internships, co-ops, or even in the career fields as they're looking to move on and grow within their careers. We are one of the top ranked institutions in Arizona and Florida. We usually bring in the smartest incoming class by GPA and test scores and the smartest exiting class by GPA when they leave college. So we're really proud of the students that we have come to our university and that are leaving our programs. Now that we've kind of gone over some fast facts, we'll get into the academic side of things, just some kind of quick little tidbits about some of our academics. Like I mentioned before, very hands-on program and lots of opportunities within and outside the classroom for you as a student to get involved. One thing I'll talk about, since we're in aviation schools, our Golden Eagles flight team. We're 13-time national champions. Our Golden Eagles flight team is an option for flight students and students that aren't in the flight program that may just love aviation to compete nationally with our flight team. We don't have a football team, but this is kind of our team we kind of hold up as our big champions for us. Of those 13 championships, most of them were had in the last decade as well too. So these are current. We just won the national championship last year again as well. So if you have a love for aviation, even if you're not a flight student, you can try out to be on our flight team. There are non-flying positions as well as flying positions on the flight team. Our NASA Kepler mission. So NASA had the Kepler mission go up that kind of finalized about 2 years ago. And all the data that they got from that, pictures, high definition pictures they sent back, we are a part of the research that are looking at those to find new binary stars and universes, or not even universes, solar systems out there. So this is kind of a cool ongoing project our space physics and aerospace engineering students are looking at for additional knowledge to find new stars and everything out in the universe right now. Our Phi Beta Lambda, which is our business organization or club on campus in Arizona, we've competed against all the other Arizona schools, big four-year schools, and swept the competition for 14 years straight now. It says 13, but it's updated to 14 now. Our students are highly competitive in those programs. We even win in competitions that aren't even taught here at the school in business, but they have such a strong background and knowledge in business that they can do well in those, like hotel management, for example. Also, to give you an idea how our business program stacks up to other schools in the state, they have more faculty at the state schools usually in those programs than we have students in our whole business program. So we are really proud of their wins, and they also are competing on a national level and placing in the top 3 of competitions for that as well too. The Ligo Project, something that's pretty cool that we were a part of and we still talk about and we're still involved with actually. So LIGO stands for Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. What this was a project about 4 or 5 years ago where across the world scientists were working together to discover gravitational waves. And how a gravitational wave is created is when 2 black holes collide. And if you were able to discover or find a gravitational wave, they were going to be able to utilize it to prove Einstein's theory of relativity. Well, they were able to discover gravitational waves with this research and basically kind of give you an idea what this find means to the science world. And it's still bringing lots of information out of it. It's like basically if we were to find a new continent on the world right now. So there's a wealth of information coming from it. And we had 4 students from our Arizona campus that were involved with this, as well as 4 of our faculty from the campus that were a part of this. And their research was in that Nobel Prize winning prize for that. So this is something that students that had got their names put in for Nobel Prizes and were a part of it. They actually, all those students have graduated now and moved on, and they're at schools like MIT and Harvard working on their master's degrees. But like I said, this is still something with lots of information coming out of it that our students are still working on as well too. Lastly, just kind of talk about the robotics competitions. We compete in many different types of robotics competitions from both campuses across the country. We do lunar robotics competitions, underwater robotics competitions. We have concentrations in our mechanical engineering programs under robotics too. And our students have great opportunities to get that hands-on experience by competing in these competitions as well too. And then just a kind of a thing to kind of talk on our security intelligence program. A couple of years back, we had some students and faculty work in our local area around our Arizona campus to help improve school safety and security. Unfortunately, the kind of recent times, there's been more incidences at schools that require better security and safety. And these students working in the security and intelligence programs are getting this hands-on experience to go and do basic consulting projects at these local K through 12 schools by improving their safety. And basically, they would give a report after they spent a day or two there reviewing their safety procedures and everything. And a lot of those things that they suggested were able to be implemented within 24 hours. But this kind of got some headlines in national news because of that. And the Department of Justice actually gave the school a $750,000 grant to do it for the rest of the state of Arizona. So it's a great opportunity for our security intel students to kind of get the hands-on experience within their field in the local area and actually help out too. Since we're talking about programs and academics, it's only appropriate to talk about study abroad. We do have study abroad programs that are offered through both of our campuses, two separate programs, but the cool plus about having two separate programs is students from either campus can jump on to either study abroad program. So it gives you more opportunities at different study abroads. You get up to about 6 credit hours of credit while you're doing these study abroad courses, and they're given to you at a discounted rate. So they usually charge you about 1 credit for 6 credits to help offset the cost to travel somewhere across the world. These are all led by our own faculty. So even though you're traveling abroad and doing studies, one of our own faculty will be teaching the courses with you as well too while you're out. So it's a great opportunity for you to see somewhere else in the world and kind of expand your knowledge too. Internships and co-ops are always a big thing as well. Our students have opportunities for internships and co-ops throughout the year. We have career services that help these students look for those for each specific college, as well as we host major fairs on campus to help these students get involved. You can attend these fairs as early as your freshman year. We bring in over 100 different industry representatives to come here and recruit our students for all our degree programs, as well as looking at you as a senior for possible job opportunities. But it's a great opportunity from your freshman year on to even just look at for internship opportunities. And a lot of our students pursue more than one internship while they're in school here. And usually the more internships you have, the more job offers you have on the table before you even graduate, which is not a bad problem to have. Our faculty are very knowledgeable in their fields. Most of our faculty have had experience in your related career fields of interest. So they're not just teaching faculty, they've actually worked in those fields and sometimes they're still tied to those fields. So they bring a lot of knowledge from the industry within the classroom as well too. And the cool thing too is because of that connection to the industry still, you're not learning out of date information. It's stuff that is pertinent that the industry is still currently doing, and they kind of help dictate that with those professors as well too. Now we talked about academics, a little bit about the outcomes. So one thing we really pride ourselves on here as the university is our placement rate. Within a year of graduation, students place in a 94th percentile within their chosen career field. So what that means to you as a student is that our students are finding their chosen careers within a year of graduation. If you look at the national average, that's around like 35 to 40%. So we're well above the national average for career placement for our students once they graduate from our classes. So just kind of that kind of helps out with that is those outcomes is a lot of our degree programs are in high demand. Our pilot program, our professional pilot program, there's a pilot shortage right now for the industry, and they're in high demand for our students with their high level and rigorous pilot training that they get through here. Aviation maintenance, which is offered at our Florida campus, is a big need. With the more aircraft being out there, someone's got to keep them flying and keep them up in the air. The business side of things, whether it be aviation, engineering, space, there's always the opportunities within the business realm with growing industries as well. Engineering's huge. Our aerospace, mechanical, electrical, computer engineering students have no short of opportunities for job offers by the time they graduate here. And some of the big ones that grab from here are Boeing, Raytheon, Honeywell, SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, NASA as places our students are looking to go work those career fields. And then human factors is a big part of what's going on. We build all these great engineering types of aircraft, vehicles, everything that has all this smart engineering behind it. But the biggest factor that we look at is the human factor that's controlling or manipulating these types of equipment. So we have to look at kind of how we can make it more ergonomically designed or better to focus for our people utilizing those creations. And lastly, just the safety science, whether it be in the aviation realm, engineering, or any type of career field, there's always a big need for safety. And this is very apparent in the aviation realm of things. And just kind of touch on the security intelligence side of things. Like I said, we created these programs back in post 9/11, but there's always a high demand for security and intelligence, whether it be the cyber or the global security side of things, whether it be internationally or domestically. So there's some great opportunities for whether you want to work on the local level or even on the government level and even the private sector for these types of career fields. So I mentioned that we have two campuses here at Embry-Riddle. We have our Arizona campus and our Daytona Beach campus. So I'll start with just kind of give you a little information about our Arizona campus. We have about 3,000 plus students at our Arizona campus. Our average class size is about 25. We have 200 plus clubs and organizations that you can get involved with on campus. And a lot of times students are involved in multiple clubs and organizations. The average is about 2 to 3 per student. We also have fraternity sorority life on campus if you're interested in getting involved with Greek life, as well as we offer 10 intercollegiate sports at our Arizona campus. So we compete in the NAIA, and then we actually compete in the Cal-Pac conference. So a lot of our sports competitions are held in the state of California. And those are collegiate sports, so they are scholarship capable as well too. And we also host Air Force and Army ROTC programs. We have the top Air Force ROTC top cadre or detachment in the nation, as well as we have one of the top Army ROTC detachments in the Southwest. Just a little bit about the location of our Arizona campus. So usually when people think of Arizona, they think hot, dry, arid desert, like Phoenix or somewhere, where it's over 120 degrees. Well, our Prescott campus is located in northern Arizona at 5,000 feet. We don't really get much hotter than 96 in the summer, and we do get a little touch of snow in the winter. So we get a pretty mild climate up here. We have 300 plus days of sunshine at this location, which is ideal for flying conditions. We've also been ranked one of the cleanest, or the cleanest air in the nation because we're not downwind of any major cities as well. And we're a top adventure town by National Geographic, which basically just means we have a lot of outdoor activities, whether it be hiking, bouldering, kayaking, mountain biking. There's a lot of activities you can do around this area. Our Florida campus is a little bit larger. It's about almost double the size of our Arizona campus. It has about 7,000 students, and its average class size is about 27. As well as they also have over about 200 clubs and organizations on campus that you can get involved with, as well as Greek life. And then they have 20 athletic teams that you can compete in. The difference with Florida and Arizona is Arizona has the NAIA division we compete in. Florida is NCAA Division II sports. A little bit about their location in Daytona Beach. They're about 5 miles away from the beach and boardwalk. They have about 230 plus days of sunshine, which is ideal for the flying. You're an hour away from Kennedy Space Center, so you can watch the rocket launches from campus. And like I mentioned, we are a part of the NCAA Division II sports. And one kind of cool fact about that campus is it hosts the largest university-based research telescope in the state of Florida. So both very unique campuses between our two Arizona and Florida campus, but it is the same school. So when you do apply, you only apply to one campus. But when you're accepted to both, and you can switch between the two at any point. So just to kind of talk about some next steps, so we're talking about locations and applying. Our application is an online-based application. It does have a $50 application fee, but if you see on there on that slide, there's a fee waiver code there. If you put that in at the end of the application, that'll waive your $50 application fee, and it's all caps, and it's at DBPC. What we kind of require with the application are transcripts and 2 letters of recommendation. We are a test optional school, so if you feel like your SAT or ACT is not a great representation of your academic character, you can apply without that. As well as our essay and resume are optional but highly recommended. This gives us a great perspective as an admissions counselor. This is kind of a little bit more about you if you submit your essays and resumes. Lastly, just kind of what's in the process of admissions there, what we look at. So our decisions based off your GPA. We do look at your weighted GPA up to your junior year. So we do look at what courses you're taking your senior year, but we use your GPA up to your junior year for our decision. We will take test scores into consideration if you choose to be looked at with them. If you choose not to, there's no harm, no foul in that. It doesn't hurt you if you choose not to submit your test scores. We also look at math and science prep. If you're interested in like our technical degree programs, which would be like our engineering programs or meteorology, astronomy, space physics programs, you need to have at least pre-calculus or trigonometry for the math prep requirement, and 3 years of a lab science, one of those being physics or chemistry. We also look at your course rigors. So if you are in AP, honors, dual enrolled, IB courses, we take that into consideration with the acceptance as well too. Extracurriculars are always big. We're looking at your involvement in those, but as you see in the next bullet point there, we're also really looking at if you're taking on leadership roles with those. And especially if you are doing extracurricular activities related to your interest and career field, that's a great thing too, because you're pursuing something related to your interest already. So all those things are kind of that holistic approach we take in reviewing your application before we make our decision on acceptance. Talk a little bit about financial aid. Over 90% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, whether it be through scholarships and grants through us, and loans as well too. You're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships once you've been accepted, as long as you have above a 3.0 GPA, and that's weighted once again. While we are part of the FAFSA program, so we will look at you for need-based scholarships through the FAFSA, which is a completely separate process from our merit-based scholarships. And we will accept any external scholarships and stack those with ours. So we won't reduce your scholarships with us unless if you bring in external scholarships. And then lastly, just being involved on campus has returns. So if you want to do like SGA or student government, they give you stipends for your tuition if you get involved with that. The best position would be the president of SGA. It gets a 60% tuition reduction while you're SGA president. So just keep those things in mind for financial aid opportunities. So that's pretty much my presentation on those programs and everything and about our university. I kind of opened it up now to see if you guys have any questions for me. Yes, go ahead.
It looks like we do have a couple questions. Do you want to come up to the, yeah, come on up. We'll have you guys come up. So they're going to come up and speak directly to you.
Awesome.
All right. And go ahead and introduce yourself with your name too.
My name is Zachary.
Hi.
Okay. So
what's your question?
questions.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah. What do I need to do to have a high chance of being admitted to this school?
The best thing I'd say for high chances, our biggest consideration when it comes to the application process is not to pit you against another student coming in. What our thing is we want to make sure that you're set up to succeed when you get to our school. So making sure your prereq courses, like I mentioned with the math and sciences, if you're strong in math and sciences that have a strong base to work off of when you get here is going to really help with that. So what I usually recommend to students that really helps them is for strong chances is working hard on those core math and science courses, as well as getting involved in something maybe related to your interest level of doing for a career.
And what about the and what about if you're taking will something like intro to engineering design?
That's very good. Yeah.
And
so,
that is a class that, from what I've heard, if I take 2 years of the engineering pathway, I could get some credit. If I do 2 years of engineering, would that help my application?
Absolutely. If you're interested in doing engineering and you're
I'd like to be an airline pilot.
Oh, an airline pilot. If you're doing stuff related to kind of those technical degrees and want to be an airline pilot, that's still very helpful as well too.
Yeah, and what is the least I need to get it? The least for the highest math class
For pilot, Algebra 2 is the lowest math we require.
Yeah, what about if I'm doing integrated math 3 this school year? Does that even count?
Integrated math 3, I'd have to look at the curriculum. As long as it has Algebra 2 or pre-calculus in it. Usually with integrated math, we look up the curriculum to see if it meets the prerequisites.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And also, physics helps with the.
Yes, aerodynamics is basically fluid dynamics. It's a physics, so yeah, it definitely helps out with that.
Yeah, I'm taking physics this semester.
Excellent. You'll be required to take 2 semesters of physics as a pilot, so that'll help you out a lot.
Awesome.
I'll have to take that at your school. So if I go to your school, to this university, I'll have to take
2 semesters, I should say. Sorry, 2 semesters of physics. Yeah.
Yeah, so a year of physics.
Yeah.
I'm already this school year, I'm taking physics for both semesters, obviously.
Awesome.
Nice. Very cool. Thank you. All right, cool. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, can I go?
Absolutely. All right. And introduce yourself with your name too.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm Sam Matsumoto Rep. I'm interested in becoming a commercial airline pilot as well, but not really so much domestically. I might start out with that, but then I'm planning on going to Japan Airlines, which is like overseas. Yeah, and well, yeah, just a little bit about me, but I'd like to ask, like, do you have any concurrent enrollment classes or like online classes that would benefit me, like maybe right now?
We do have Embry-Riddle Worldwide is our online kind of branch of our university. They do have courses that you can take as a high school student that you can do online. They are kind of separate like entity from the residential campuses. So to do that, you would have to contact them directly.
Okay.
If you go to our Embry-Riddle website, it'll have a kind of a landing page that'll take you to either our Prescott, our Daytona Beach, or online campuses.
Okay. Also, I've heard about like you have programs like outside of the school, which I'm familiar with that, but are there any locations where I could go, maybe like let's say maybe airport or something, where I could do a few class related things before I come to your school?
Not really. A lot of so they do have like a high school startup kind of online program through our worldwide, but a lot of the worldwide courses are really geared towards not your traditional high school student. They're more geared towards people already in the industry. We do have locations at some airports and everything too, but just so you know, if you were to enroll in worldwide and tried to come to one of the residential campuses, you would be considered an inter-university transfer, and that would put you, you wouldn't have to go through the admissions processes here, but you wouldn't be eligible for scholarships at either residential campus just because you'd be transferring. So just kind of keep that in mind too.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that's about it. I'm looking forward to applying to, I'm a junior right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to applying in the future. So if you see my name pop up somewhere, yeah, I look forward to applying.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing your application. Just so you know, too, since you're a junior, we do offer flight camps. So any of the pilots interested in the room, we have summer camps where you can do a week-long flight camp here and get some basic training and understanding of how and live in our dorms and get kind of a feel for our school.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I might sign up for one of those. It'd be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, you should. They fill up pretty quick. They start posting them in March, just so you know.
Yeah. Thank you for your presentation. It was I liked it very much. That's very helpful.
Very welcome. Thanks for attending.
Did you want to ask first? I think he was alive. Okay.
So I'm Chris. I was thinking of several things, like either becoming like a international airline pilot, like past two people who I know, And I have also been getting thoughts of like maybe signing up for the Blue Angels, flying for them, but that's just a thought that I had. So I was wondering, what aircraft do you guys use like for flying?
So we fly, our primary flight trainer is the Cessna 172 with the G1000 glass cockpits. And then for our multi-engine flight trainer, we use the Diamond DA42, which is also G1000. And then we have Cessna 182s for the single engine complex ratings, as well as we fly the Super Decathlons to do upset recovery training as well too.
Oh, I think I've already like seen some of those. I think I've flown in a few of those already.
Very cool.
Well,
Awesome.
anyways, yeah, thank you for the presentation.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. All right, we got one more. One more.
No,
Also, another thing, exactly again, but also, I'm thinking, even though I'm in my junior year right now, I would like to apply to the school for like fall 2023.
so if you are you graduating your junior year?
No, I'm graduating in spring of 2023.
Spring of 2023 from high school. So you could apply for the fall of 2024. So you'd have to wait until you graduate. Well, yeah, I mean, you can start your application this summer for fall of 2024.
So do I have to wait a year after I graduate high school to be?
So if you graduate, are you graduating May of 2023?
May or June of 2020.
Yeah, so the next available class for you to start would be, because we need to have you graduated. So you can put your application in 2023, but you won't be accepted until basically, or you won't be going through the acceptance or starting on campus until fall of 2023.
So what you should do is you'll apply during your senior year.
Yeah, so next year, after you complete your junior year, so after you complete this year, you can start applying this summer.
Yeah, and also, what is the minimum GPA I need?
We don't give a minimum GPA. So we look at everything, we make a decision.
Yeah, could I get it if I get a 4 point, or if I get like 3.8?
Oh, absolutely. The 3.8 is not a low GPA, so that's not a problem.
I'm trying to get in the university with a 4.0.
Good for you.
Awesome. That's a great goal.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Thank you so much, Kurt. That was awesome. I think you really helped some of these guys out.
But if you have any questions, feel free to email us at any time or call too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was really great. And I really appreciate you being on today.
Oh, no worries. Thank you again for having us.
Yeah, thank you.